Cancer, your overall vibe for the month is not dissimilar from what a lot of other people are experiencing. You might be feeling a little unstable. You might be feeling financially uneasy. You might be feeling like your schedule is a nightmare. So is there anything we can do immediately to turn that around? Just know that that can change overnight, that you can totally get a grip overnight and have a different reality. Like, they say the only constant is change. So expect that and expect it to happen quickly for you. Will you find your pot of gold? What's up with your finances? And they're like, you might get some good financial news coming your way. It is likely that it is going to come through an electronic source. So it could be somebody calling you up on the phone, but it's more likely that it comes in the form of an email or in a message, like a text message or a Facebook message, something like that. Maybe it's something you get from your bank, like, hey, we fucked up, surprise, here's $500. It could be anything like that. Maybe you track your stock market picks or something like that. Maybe you'll get lucky that way. But they're saying like it's good news that is coming your way, probably via an electronic source. So nobody's gonna like knock on your door. Surprise, Publishers Clearinghouse. I don't even know if that's still a thing. But anyway, that's what's coming. So that's fantastic. Will you get lucky in love if you are single? They're like, this might not be your luckiest month, to be honest. Anything you can do to turn that around? They're like, well, the thing is you're not really excited to sort of get lucky in love this month. So probably not unless you change your attitude. For those of you who are coupled, what they're saying is, the biggest thing for you right now in the month of March is figuring out what's the most important thing. And you're getting a little bit confused. Do I need more alone time? Do I need more together time? Is it important that we move in together? Is it important that we get married? Is it important that we communicate more? Is it important that we communicate less? There's all this stuff just kind of brewing around. And so it's hard to figure out the focus here. Is there anything you can do to help yourself out with that? And they're like, well, the problem is it's easier to know what you don't want than what you do want. But when we focus on what we don't want, we attract more of that into our life. So they're like, why don't we just focus on what's going right? How about that? What are the things that don't suck in your relationship? Not that your relationship's gonna suck this month, but just constantly focus on the things that are positive there, right? Because otherwise you're going to work yourself into a tizzy. And the more that we focus on the things that are positive, the more that we start to figure out what we want and the more that we get what we want. Anything is possible in this relationship, but we need to have our focus be on what we truly desire for it. And then we can have that. Okay? Now, if you are in a complicated relationship where it's like on again, off again, where maybe you're just talking to each other and it's not Facebook official or whatever, the big challenges for you are to be kind of excited about that and then to be patient and wait to see how things grow. Now, being patient isn't everybody's strong suit, but they're saying you kind of need that right now because there's this desire to have a really balanced relationship in the future where you don't have to give too much of your time, energy, love, caring, kindness, whatever. You want to receive that at the same rate as you give it, and you don't want to get emotionally effed up over it. So it's better that things take the time that they do. They're saying, and when you allow it a certain amount of time and space, then you're more open to receive love and kindness, all the things you desire from a partner, okay? Now, where in your life do you need to push your luck a little bit to help you get what you want? And they're saying, in the things that make you feel emotionally sort of crazy, that have to do with that sort of balance that I mentioned for it's complicated people. Now, what makes you emotionally crazy about your day-to-day life, about your finances, about your work-life balance, about all of those things, maybe even your taxes, they're like, be patient there also. Because consistent little steps build up to be like one big thing. I know personally, I don't have any Cancer in my chart, but I get really stressed out about all the shit that I have to do for my taxes, right? And so if I were just to spend 10 minutes a day organizing my receipts, at the end of the year, it would be far less of a nightmare, right? Is there anything that we need to be warned about? The rain that will be hitting your life? And they're just saying, really, there's some stuff that's not going to go down the way you want it to, but it's really not that big of a deal because like you'll look back at this time and you'll say, oh, okay, remember that silly thing. It's kind of like, for example, something embarrassing happens, and right now that really, really sucks. But 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, it's going to be a really funny story that we can tell at a party. It's that sort of energy, okay? Now, what will the rainbow be? What is the reward of getting through that stuff? And they're just like, well, right now, you might just feel kind of like, you're feeling the blahs, like, bleh. But you really realize that you're not connected to anything forever. Like anything that sucks, it goes away. It's not like a life sentence. So that's the reward there, is that's knowledge or information that you can carry forward. So now we're going to switch gears and head over to our crystal of the month, our power crystals.